Hey, we made this. Pretend it's not a Rush preamble.
Okay then. Well, I've got this can of Monster Energy here.
Yeah, your Louis Armstrong energy drink or whatever it is.
Lewis Hamilton.
That's it. It's like the other Louis.
L44 Monster Energy drink. Shall I read the back?
Read the back.
I'll try and do this in less than 3 takes this time.
Okay, yes, please do.
This can is seriously out of date. Hang on a minute. Have I been drinking... You'll see why in a minute. No, to be fair, 2021. When your 3-time F1 world champion Lewis Hamilton... See, he's like 5-time champion now.
How many times?
5. 5-time! 5-time! 5-time!
Oh, yeah!
When you're 3-time F1 world champion Lewis Hamilton, life moves at 15,000 RPM and 200 miles per hour. A man who exists in a world of milliseconds demands a drink that can keep up. When we partnered with Lewis to create 44, our R&D team worked flat out to engineer the quickest monster ever. Light, crisp and refreshing with a fast finish. It gets you well front and pulling away. It's got a little Lewis Hamilton squiggle.
When you're some fucking lazy cunt who's going to sit in front of a computer all day, you read the back of that and you think, yeah, that'll sort me right out. That's exactly what I need.
That's exactly what I want.
Yeah. Like, fuck it. Can you imagine if it was something that was designed for the space program? By the same logic, someone in some overweight bloke in a tap-out t-shirt reads that and think, oh yeah, that's definitely what I need. Anti-gravity. Yeah. That's exactly what I need on my Sunday.
This is a long intro.
You what?
Oh no, that's seconds. I thought that was hours.
No.
I'm starting to flag now. Man needs a monster. That's what he needs.
Man does need monster, mate.
Yeah, anyway, this tastes like self-entitlement. The end.
Hey, there we
Did
go.
it actually taste quite nice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just basically normal monster.
Can I have a sniffer with a can, please?
Yeah, I've already drunk all of it during the last episode.
I'm going to sniff around Willie's dregs. Oh, yeah. That's not even pleasant. It's just regular-ass monster, that is.
Yeah, more or less. I've been had again.
Oh dear. They're all the same thing, aren't they, though? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why I keep having them, because I feel a lot more hyped and charged after a cup of coffee than what I do these.
Yes, you do. Probably because you're not fucking 12. Rob, go.
Hello and welcome back to CineMortuary, episode 45. This time it's my turn on the Kazi of Power. I've got some treats lined up for you chaps today.
Some little brown nuggets.
Some popcorn kernels. It's Final Destination 3.
Ooh, or tres, as they say in Espanol.
Tres, as they say in Espanol. So I'm joined, as always, as standard, by
How
Dave.
did you fuck that up?
By Dave Walker.
Hello.
How are you doing, Dave? You all right?
I'm alright, yeah, I'm good. I'm fresh and posy-faced and happy and...
Good.
Yeah.
Good. And the man of the hour, Chris Wilson. How are you?
I am very happy.
Well, that's good to know.
Are you convinced by that?
Very convinced.
Very convincing, Christopher.
I'm having the time of my life.
He's had a can of Monster.
I'm crashing already.
Oh, Jesus.
Just like Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. In fact, I don't know why we love this little salmon. It should be more like, I don't know, pasta Maldonado.
Oh, niche.
Because it sounds like another food product, probably.
What was
Pasta
it?
Maldonado.
Was it Mikasalo or something? Who was he?
Well, we're going through crap F1 drivers now.
Yeah.
Uko Katayama.
Okay, yeah. Paul Di Resta.
Pedro Diniz.
Nigel Mansell.
Fucking sad, Jesus Christ.
He's a former world champion. He can't be classed
He
as
was just
crap.
a world champion because everyone else was shit at the time.
Oh, like Jensen Button.
Yeah, like Jensen Button, exactly like Jensen Button, yeah. It was like, when Diesel was WWE champion.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Same
go. I
thing.
understand this now.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, Dave, name some crap F1 drivers. Go!
What's good? I don't...
Go!
Crap F1 drivers. Winston Churchill. Given the right circumstances.
He wasn't very good at driving.
Without training, would be a shit F1 driver.
Yeah.
Jeffrey
Yeah.
Dahmer. And Widdicombe. That bloke with one arm from Def Leppard.
Robert Kubica.
Fuck!
I'm pleased with that. Right, anyway.
Nelson Mandela.
It was a long walk to freedom because he didn't want to drive it, did he?
yeah.
Also, he's dead.
Oh,
Mark it. Take that out. Unless
that's
you piss
like
me off.
that's like saying no. I'm not gonna. No. Fan Destination 3.
Yes, mate.
Burton.
I was gonna go with Ratzenberger actually.
Oh, same day.
Right, so I've picked Final Destination 3
You have. Why you don't do this apart from the fact it's fucking free?
because it's fucking free.
Hey.
And also, this film is a long-held, perhaps not guilty, but let's say guilty pleasure of mine. And one of the films that I've been hyped to do for the podcast for quite some time. I've been saving it up. Big fan of the Final Destination franchise in general. How familiar are you, Dave Walker, with the Final Destination franchise?
Saw the first one when I was a kid. Fucking sick.
Yep.
And then I think we saw number 3 on Prime. We own the second one on video. So we watched that one. So I've seen the first 3,
Right.
I think, but I watched them all in very close proximity about 3 months ago. Love you, sorry. And they've kind of merged a little bit.
Yeah, they do that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to chime in when I remember what you're talking about.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
What's your previous, Christopher?
Well, I've literally
Previous offences.
I've literally
We haven't
seen
got time for that.
I've literally seen one scene from Final Destination 5 that takes place on San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge.
Right.
It's a really fucking good scene as well, in all fairness.
Yep.
But I've never watched any of them, so this is my first
I was
experience.
going to say, you've watched this one though, haven't you?
Yes.
That's alright then, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I have notes. Don't worry, Dave. We've
all
got
right.
you covered.
Yeah, we've got
Good,
you covered.
thank fuck for that.
So fucking anything could happen here, really, couldn't it, then?
It could
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Be
Have you
interesting
seen the
to-
first one though, Willie?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, I've literally not seen any of the others yet.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think some things are best viewed in isolation, and perhaps this is one of them, I don't know. When you've watched the rest of the franchise, we can
Yeah.
see where you think it lands.
Okay. Very
Be
interesting one to follow up on.
Yeah. Let's do that.
I mean, I don't want to spoil it all right away, but I do intend to go back and watch the others. So,
Yeah, you should.
yeah.
Definitely.
I
mean he enjoyed it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I might have had a good time.
probably.
What?
Are you talking about me?
Actually, I fucking hated it, but I just like to suffer.
Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty on brand for me. on fleek.
On fleek.
Oh, God.
So, Final Destination stats. Final Destination 3 is directed by James Wan.
Ooh.
James Wan also directed the first Final Destination film.
Ooh.
James Wan is known for his work on The X-Files.
Yes, he is.
Quite a bit.
Yes, I've only just made that connection.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
That's all right.
Did he direct Tombs and Squeeze by any chance?
He did not, but now you've set me off on those episodes. Those were directed by a chap called David Nutter, who directed a lot of the most well-received X-Files episodes.
Right, yeah.
He's also directed a lot of the most well-received Game of Thrones episodes. He is a bit of a Barry Big Boy when it comes to TV directing.
Yeah, if you need a man with a hook, he can do that for your TV show.
Yeah. So James Wan's involvement, he did direct a couple of episodes of X-Files, but he was more involved in a writing and producerial capacity.
Okay, yeah.
So that's his background. I might just dive straight in.
You can dive straight in. I'm just going to check whether there's any other notable people on the crew.
Yeah, you do that. You do your checks.
I don't remember the film very well, so you
Yep.
It's number 3, isn't it?
Number 3, yeah.
Yeah, sound. Final Destination.
That's it, that's the film, yeah.
Sound.
Yeah.
So
if this is going to go about as well as time where I decided to do The Wicker Man without any notes and basically not watch the film beforehand and remember it, that wasn't a very good episode.
Oh, well. We live and learn, though.
Did you
do,
say this
yes.
was directed by James Wan or James Wong?
James Wong.
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 Wang.
Hong Kong fella.
I mean, you've got it in front of you, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so we're not... Because it sounded like you were saying James Wan.
Oh, no, James Wong, sorry.
So we
No,
don't
James
wanna
Wan
confuse
is
it.
the
Conjuring.
Insidious guy.
Yeah,
Sorry,
cool.
James Wong.
That's all right then. I was very surprised then. Yes, James Wong. Yes. With a G at the end.
Yes.
Wong.
Oh, and he produced Jet Li's The One.
The Wong.
For Wong.
The One. Oh,
For Wang.
Hey! Anyway, so while Dave's faffing, credit sequence. I like a good credit sequence, Christopher.
Yep.
And I thought this was a nice little theme park montage that just established very neat and tidily where we are and what the crack's going to be.
It did. Although I did get distracted because there were many silly names in the credits.
There were.
Don't know why. I don't know what a Texas battle is, but but it involved Mexicans.
Doesn't sound like a person, does it?
No. Is it a person?
Oh, according to the credits, it is.
Probably like some sort of rap duo or something
Could
like
be.
that.
Could be, yeah. Point to note, Mary Elizabeth Winstead is our lead in this.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
She's known for the reboot of the reboot of the reboot of The Thing.
Right.
She was in that film by Edgar Wright, playing Ramona Flowers that we don't talk about. She was a bit of a go-to gal around about this time.
Yeah, she was.
Films such as this.
I'm sure I've seen her in several other things. I can't recall any of them, though.
She's in, is it the Cloverfield Lane film? She's in that.
Oh, yes, that's where I've seen her most recently.
Yeah.
I only finally watched that the other week, so...
Yeah, I quite liked it.
I don't recommend watching the Cloverfield Paradox. Jesus Christ.
I've watched that. It's not very good.
Do you remember Event Horizon? Yeah. Just go watch that. Right, okay.
Yeah, just do that, but shitter. Thanks, guys.
Oh, and there's a monster at the end. Spoiler.
Spoilers. So yes, I had a bit of a thing for Mary Elizabeth Winstead at this point in her career.
I mean, do you not anymore?
I don't really know. I think I've moved on from it.
Have you mellowed a little bit?
Yeah, I think I have. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it since The Thing? Goo.
Yeah, it put me off a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but hey, that'll be a story for another episode.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Yes.
Ruggy will. So yeah, we meet Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who's playing Wendy. Wendy is quickly established as the final girl / girl who has the visions by basically we see everything from her point of view early doors.
Yeah.
Go on, Christopher.
And they're at a carnival fun fair sort of thing.
Yes.
And the first ride I saw, it's only the bloody Hyper Blaster for Pleasure Island Cleethorpes.
Oh, damn!
Say it.
Say it.
What?
Hyper Blaster.
Oh, fuck, sorry. Hyper Blaster.
There we go. There it is. That's what we've all been waiting for. Markets.
Marking. Douche.
And the roller coaster sub-elements remind me of the Crazy Loop.
Crazy Loop. Crazy Loop.
No, don't know. No, it's okay.
And we get a shot of one of the roller coasters with a big rendering of Satan on the front of it.
Satan! There we go.
There it is.
Now I'm triggering. Yeah,
There
it's
it is.
working now. The pistons had to fire up. Yeah.
But we'll go back to the Hyper Blaster for a minute. So it's got like dive on the side, and she takes a photo, and like the V is flickered out. So it just says die. Just reminds me of a bit of a Simpsons The X-Files episode where it says die.
Yeah.
Tree blows diet.
Yeah.
The thing I love most about the Final Destination films is you can switch your brain off because they will tell you what's important as you go.
Oh, yeah.
By making a big fucking deal out of it. So in
And
this
remind you
instance,
20 times.
Yeah, exactly. So in this instance, we're heavily reminded by lots of flashing and sound effects that Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character, Wendy, is taking pictures. Pictures, guys. Pictures might be important.
Pictures might be important. Okay, maybe that'll come back further down the line.
I have a feeling it might. What do you reckon?
No, it won't.
Never be referred to again.
No. I think it's just so one of the characters can do a bit of upskirting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's Frankie, who we're introduced to next. Upskirter.
Yeah. Dickhead.
Yeah. So we meet the gang. Pretty standard teenage fare. You've got the perv.
Yep.
You've got the sort of nice final girl type character.
Yep.
You've got the couple. You've got the goth couple.
Absolutely.
You've got the couple of ditzy sort of probably cheerleader types.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got you the jock.
You do.
Yeah.
So, unashamedly hitting all of the cliches here.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me now.
I didn't even bother coming up with alternate names for them because I think we're just fair as just templates.
Yeah.
But I think that is for purpose here.
Yeah.
You just downloaded from stockphoto.com. Sort of thing. Yeah, bang them in. There you go. Yeah.
There's lots of lovely, little, foreshadowing of things that are going to... quite in-your-face foreshadowing. It's a bit like a horror movie version of Carry On film. In the sense that it's all like, oh, matron, look at this here. Yeah. Click. Yeah. Something bad might be about to happen. Have you seen 2 previous films? You might have.
Yeah. I really like satisfying foreshadowing because it's just good enough that you don't feel stupid when it comes back around, but you feel like you've worked for it a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So we're hitting every demographic.
Okay, come on. It won't kill us to get a deep-fried Snickers and a Coke.
Before riding Devil's Flight, yeah, that might kill me.
No, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, man.
I'll take that.
No, come on, give it. It's not even mine, Kevin. It's the yearbooks. Just Kevin.
Oh, got it.
You idiot.
Hey, give me the... No.
Could you please delete that one of Stacy? These are for the yearbook, and I have to turn them in tomorrow to make a deadline. And I doubt it. If a shot of Stacy Kobayashi's camel toe is gonna make it in there.
I'd buy 2.
Number 38, your order's ready.
That's us.
I am so sorry. Kevin can get so out of control.
Let me just say, he would make me crazy.
I mean, I'm such a control freak. I couldn't handle that.
And we're also letting the audience know from the absolute outset, we're here to entertain you. We're not, we know what this film is.
Yeah.
And there's a real sense throughout of this is what it is.
Yeah, and I really like that. Some other films of the same calibre get really pretentious with it and think that there's something more than what they're not, whereas this right away knows it's pretty stupid, it's good fun. It's all, considering the subject matter, it's so good-natured, as it were.
Yeah. It's setting itself up to be an interesting thrill ride.
Ooh. A roller coaster, maybe, of emotion.
Yeah. There'll be peaks and troughs, won't there?
Oh, yes, they will.
Yeah, I mean, you have to have that sound effect at some point, you would have thought, on a roller coaster, wouldn't you?
Absolutely, yeah. I'll get my Roller Coaster Tycoon CDs out.
Yeah.
I've literally got a Roller Coaster Tycoon reference. We'll get to it in a minute.
Yeah.
Just a load of people at the exit who can't get out because they can't step off the little road.
Just all sorts of little patches of sick everywhere because you've not got any cleaners on the site.
Yeah. Janitor you're paying through the arse for is just mowing up a vertical surface. Yes, mate, Roller Coaster Tycoon's back.
So, that's the thing. And we've got everyone playing their characters up to 10, especially Frankie, the video camera perv. Complete with the necklace of semi-naked woman that he licks.
Yeah. He's not doing the subtlety thing, though.
That's not very, no.
No.
You won't get away with that in 2019, would you?
No, probably not.
No.
Probably not. No, you'd probably have to, go into about 15 minutes of exposition going through his childhood and his past to explain why he is this way.
Yeah.
And then follow him around on his community service that he got for harassment and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, let's get on to a ride, which is the Devil's Fight.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Wendy quickly looks up, and some of the pipe work, or rail work, shall we say, doesn't look the sturdiest in the world. And already that's sort of really shitting her up.
Yep.
And then when they get on the ride itself, a couple of things start going wrong. So first of all, there's one guy, his seat isn't pressed down properly, comes back up again. Well, this is like one of those health and safety videos. Like, oof,
Yeah.
getting a cold sweat. Getting a cold sweat now. Just like looking at all like these different infractions.
What were those fucking Canadian safety videos that you were big on at uni?
Oh,
With the woman leaning over like a glass table sort of thing on the ladders in the fucking background, and there's just two people talking about vans or something
fucking
shit
hell.
like that,
Yeah.
and then she just fucking stacks it in the background. I'm getting married next week, and I'm pregnant, and I've just become an astronaut. Like a poof.
and they say, but I won't because I'm about to be in an accident.
Or the fucking fella on a construction site eating his sandwich, and he's talking about how he's got his new baby's going to be born next week or something like that, and it just cuts to a fucking wide, and this entire top deck of this building explodes with just two lads down at the bottom, like, ooh. It's so fucking overkill.
And clip, and clip.
Yeah.
I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiance, who I won't be marrying this weekend. Because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there. And they should never put the deep fryer so close.
Somebody help me!
I'm working overtime because I want to take my family on a nice vacation. Soon they get a call telling them I was killed in an accident. But hey, I'm wearing a busted harness here. And the company should have checked those tanks to
There's been an accident! Run, get some help! Sergeant Standard, call the ambulance!
Somebody help! Accident? There's no accident. The company should have replaced that ladder years ago. I knew I shouldn't have reached over like that. And why isn't there a strict policy about two people doing a job like this?
Excellent. Thank you for bringing that to light, Willie.
Fantastic.
10 years ago, yeah.
I would love to see, though, what your dad's thoughts would be on this Final Destination 3 roller coaster situation.
He wouldn't be interested in that at all. He'd be like, right, shut that down. Shut that down. If you're not listening to me, I'm off.
Shut it down!
Shut it down!
Even I'm like that. I've got a bloody qualification in health and safety.
That's true.
IOSH managing safely qualification. I've got it.
Managing safely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also got a first aid qualification. So
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're comfortable in this room, to be fair.
Well.
The thing is, if you knock one thing in here, everything's going.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I know how to do CPR, but I won't.
Well, not right now.
No.
If I need it, that is good, though.
Okay. I just get the defib out.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I mean, not if he's like, broke his ankle or something.
Oh, shit, I dropped my keys.
Clear!
Oh, dear. Final Destination 3.
Yep.
So, little bits are concerning.
Yep, and the power starts coming out of a line and all that lot, and there's gum on the seat, and it's all going to go a bit wrong. Mm-hmm. And this is my roller coaster tycoon bit. It reminds me of, how in the settings for roller coaster, so what I used to do was basically remake the Boomerang at Pleasure Island, which for people, for everyone that doesn't know, and hopefully it's going to be more than like two people, it's like one where it like cranes up and then it drops you, then you go around a loop, go back up again. Now, what I would do in the roller coaster tycoon settings was set the speed up to maximum. So when we loop round and go back up again, all the cars just like fly everywhere. You can just like see like bodies and all that, like just
over
all
a
crash.
body of water, yeah.
And then casually at the bottom it just says like 25 people died. And that's how I spent my Sunday mornings at my dad's between the age of 13 and 14.
Absolutely, we've all been there.
Brilliant.
Good times.
Yeah.
So, the roller coaster sets off.
Yep.
And there's lots of faffing. Lots of rickety bits, lots of rattling, lots of cutaways. And eventually, our dickhead mate tries to film some tits with his camera.
Bit it.
Bit it.
And they knock the camera out of his hand and it wraps around the track.
So good.
Just perfectly wrapped as well.
Yeah, and so we've established that basically it's all gonna be his fucking fault, isn't it? Basically.
Absolutely.
So the roller coaster spins round, hits the camera, and all fucking holy entertaining hell breaks loose then, lads.
Oh, this is so fucking amazing.
It's just a conveyor belt of people dying.
It's just meat being thrown at a camera.
Just like you got Kevin, who we've not even mentioned yet, who's going to like be like a main male character, just getting fucking sliced in half and everything.
It's just like his legs are just left there with his entrails. Stunning, absolutely stunning. I think my favourite one has to be. Is it one of the? It's like I think it's the ones towards the front. So I think it's like the bimbo girls when they're just like. They hit the camera and they just fly off. They just keep like E.T. with the bicycle, and they're just like flying into the fucking distance. I mean, exactly. Yeah. The Final Destination franchise is known for these sequences. It's kind of its signature. The big set pieces at the start, and this for my. I know you've yet to watch them, Chris, and give me your thoughts another time. But this, for my money, is my favourite of them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the fact that the franchise is loved mostly because you see your entire main cast fucking die in the first 10 minutes in hilarious ways.
Yeah.
But not only that, you get to see it happen again over the next 2 hours in more hilariously inventive ways. Everyone gets a double tag.
Yeah, they do, yeah. They do. Double tags
sick,
abound, yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah, because it was all a dream, this bit. So
turns and popcorns then.
Yep. Turn. Because Wendy has imagined it, or say imagined, has foreseen it.
Yeah.
Therefore, she wants to get off a ride. And she does, and within all this, it causes a commotion, and half the people get off.
Yeah.
You know, there's like a fight between like the black jock guy and Kevin, I believe, and all this lot. So yeah, half of them are off the ride, and the rest stay on.
It's just fucking unnecessary arguing. It's like the ride's not safe. I'm going to get off. Oh no, we're going to get on. Don't be a dick about it. It's like people arguing about fucking paper straws at McDonald's. Just unnecessary shit. Just get off the ride.
And it is worth pointing out that from this point in the franchise onwards, it does become a bit of an in-joke, this scene, because this scene is basically like the previous two films and the ones after. It's the exact same scene with pretty much the exact same dialogue with just a different person and a different way of dying.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, it is a bit of an in-joke by this point, isn't it?
With the same archetypes arguing with the same sort of angles.
The same archetypes arguing the same archetypes in each film.
That sounds fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Wendy's like dragged away from all this lot, and then they look up and holy shit, the roller coaster's flying off again. Whee! Everyone's dead.
Yeah, and Wendy gets to do the whole no, which is even better. So we're kind of like, you know, all hell kicks off again. So some of these characters get killed. Well,
I think like two of them, like so they're like their friends, like Kevin and Wendy's friend both tag it.
Yeah, everyone gets a double tag out. That's the beauty of it. Not even just the protagonists who get off, but also the jobbers from the Vision who don't get off get a double tag out.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Excellent numbers.
So in the aftermath, then it's all a bit rainy and gloomy, and Wendy's all emo-y.
It's a bit My Chemical Romance music video.
It was a bit. I was thinking the fact that everyone was like reaching out to her, like, "Oh, are you okay?" or "You should come to the dance store." That lot.
You okay, hon?
It reminded me of Twilight for some reason.
Yeah, okay, I see that.
Where everyone's actually really friendly to Bella, and but she's like, "Oh no, fuck you, hormones."
Just come to the dance. Literally half of my friends are dead.
Yeah.
No, come on, come to the dance. It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
And another one of my favourite Final Destination tropes happens around this point as well, where Kevin, out of fucking nowhere, becomes a genius investigative reporter and tells her that this has happened before. Flight 180 which was the first film.
Okay.
And it basically explains the plot of the first film, and so doing the plot of this film.
Excellent.
To her, which is another beautiful, majestic bit of Final Destination logic.
Do we get to see him doing an old-fashioned Google search, or does he not do it in this?
No,
someone does it at some point, don't they?
I think that happens in... It's either the second one or the fourth one. It's one of them.
Right, okay,
the only computer use here is to look up the photographs.
Oh, those photographs that never come back around again. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, to explain to anyone who hasn't seen Final Destination films like me beforehand, so there's a curse, and everyone is going to die in the order they're supposed to die in Wendy's vision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, there we go. So, who's first? It's going to be...
The bimbos.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
In the tannin salon.
Yes.
When they they arrive, they tip up, and the guy who runs the tannin salon is having some kind of domestic. Yeah. So he pops outside, wedging the door open with a bottle of suntan cream.
Excellent.
Which I will point out is not required in the tannin salon.
No.
Because why would you?
Yeah.
Well, to protect yourself from the, when you get a tan, or even like on the beach, you still got to protect yourself from fucking getting burnt and skin
he's
cancer.
He's just got a fucking tube. You could use anything to block that doorway. You could just even put the cunt on latch, for fuck's sake.
He could have.
Just put his fucking shoe there.
Yeah.
Yeah, dear.
So the girls take a drink in, against advice.
Naughty. That's going to come back.
Yeah, and it's going to come back, and they get on the tanning beds and decide to...
How old are they supposed to be?
They're supposed to be like 17, 16.
Right, okay.
About 32, I know.
Can you get fake boobs when you're 17?
No, I don't think so. Right, okay. Just logical. Well, I mean, I guess there's probably not a law against it, but...
Well, it's America, isn't it? So, yes, you can. Right, I'm sure there's probably like some fucking my sweet 16 sort of thing where like, I want big boobs for my 16th birthday. It's probably happened.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, that's that question answered. Cool.
So they stick a tune on to listen to...
I mean, I will Google it, but I don't want to end up on a register.
No, that's what I do.
No. So can you get fake boobs at 17? And you immediately get a text from the NHS asking if you're all right.
So they pop onto the tanning beds and they decide to stick a tune on, don't they, Wilson? What song selection do you think they would pick?
Oh, hang on. Don't Fear the Reaper?
Well, it would be a good choice, but it's a little bit more on the nose than that in this particular instance.
Any other suggestions it could be?
Well, what do they bang on, Wilson?
Sorry, Rollercoaster of Love.
By the Chili Peppers.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
like it.
Yeah, and do you want to? This is.
I'll say a bit too soon.
Yeah, a little bit too soon. Exactly.
Bit too soon, lasses. Bit too soon.
And they're jigging along with it like it means nothing.
Yeah. They probably don't even realise.
No, they probably don't. Now, this is the kill that's most talked about this film. Yeah. This is the one that's on. Like, it's been shown on a lot of the clip shows.
Yeah.
So fire, Wilson.
This is like a
fire.
Light us up, man.
Burn it down.
Yeah, burn it down. Yeah, only I can say burn it down. I ought to tan your fucking hide, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was too keen.
Is that a pun?
No.
Cool. Moving on.
What happens here then, Chris? Talk us through this.
Fire! So this scene is like a great big tribute to Wallace and Gromit, or what is it called? Like The Breakfast Machine. Is that the invention?
Yeah.
Where one thing happens and then another thing. So they set the room. They think it's a bit cold, so they set the temperature up high, which causes the drink to start sweating, and the droplets go onto the
that's how the control system.
The control system for the tanning booths, which then causes the vac thing on the wall to go up to from 230 to over 310, 320.
Yeah.
And they start cooking, and away. And as they're about to escape, something else happens, and it causes the bookshelves at the top of it to fall down.
Fucking shelf, and it wedges in.
And it fucking wedges in perfectly between the two booths, so they're both trapped. And
Meanwhile, outside, something's happened, and matey boy's the the suntan cream.
Just squeeze it out of the tube.
Squeeze it out and it locks him out.
Squeezed and it's onto its last drop and it just closes the door and locks it.
It's just got this sad little at the end of it.
Yeah. And they cooked alive basically.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I was too late.
Hey, open the door!
This is fucking amazing. I love this.
There is a little cutback during this to Wendy while she's looking at the photo of them that's like basically got like flame type exposure at the bottom. She's like, that's strange. And it cuts to like a fucking and the faces start catching fire. I mean, you shouldn't laugh, but fuck me. Oh dear. Extra crispy, aren't they, Wilson, basically?
Yeah. That's old school.
Yeah.
And just to stick the cherry on the top of this particularly delicious cake, the seamless transition from tanning beds to coffins.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just fantastic.
Side by side.
Yeah, perfect. Like they've even gone to the effort of like putting like little metal bars around the coffins to make it look more like the fucking tanning beds. Mwah! Oh, I couldn't possibly take another bite. It's too delicious.
So we go to the funeral then. They're a bit dead.
Yeah.
And this is where Wendy talks to Kevin and gives an explanation about how the photographs are sort of giving clues to each other's fate.
Yeah.
And I don't sort of get what's going on here because I sort of missed it. Suddenly there's like 9/11 on it.
Oh, yeah, so
when was this released? Like 2005?
It was 2006.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's a bit soon.
Yeah. And it was just like the whole notion of like. The thing that makes me laugh about this scene is she's basically bought into Kevin's idea of what he said in the previous scene, and then he takes it back and is like, look, love, I know I said that thing, but I didn't mean listen to me. Fuck's sake.
Yeah. So, yeah, the camera's spooky.
Haunted camera.
Yeah. I'm sure it's been done.
Yeah.
It's been done.
So, next, they're driving along, and I think they spot Frankie the Perv going into a drive-thru.
No, they don't know it's him.
Oh, is this a complete coincidence?
Yeah, because they figure out, based on her theory, they think Frankie's next.
Yeah.
And so they don't, but his picture is something completely random. And they're trying to figure it out and like, oh, fuck it, we'll go for a burger. Have you eaten? She's like, no, I haven't eaten. I'm not feeling very well. So they go for a burger. And then... So musical cues in this film are on point, right? So the radio starts going funny and electronics start going funny at the drive-thru. And Wendy thinks, fucking hell, this is a bit weird. And then you can see through the back of the car there's a truck out of control. And then the radio station flickers and it goes onto the song and it's like... It's that there is someone walking behind you. It's like this van in the background, and then another truck backs into him. Oh.
Yeah, it's like one truck drives into him, so it locks Wendy in essentially. There's the truck coming up behind them at fast speed.
Yeah.
And in the end, we have to punch out the window, and we get out the car just in time. But as a result, they jump out, other cars jolt forward.
Yeah.
And it really hits Frankie quite hard.
Yeah,
and
the radiator fires out of the car, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it fires out of the car and just basically, kills him.
Yeah.
And then what I fucking love is for an extra effect, the rotor blade on it just starts going...
Spins out of his head.
Yeah. Just like rain everywhere.
Great tag out. I mean, we all need to... I'm curious to see what everyone's kill of the weeks are in this particular episode.
Mine's a little bit later.
Mine's a little bit later as well.
It might be the same when it probably will be.
I hope so. Yes. So there's a little bit of... Then the ambulance tips up and Wendy, says, "Did you feel how, cruel it was?" And she's, she's sort of getting to the feel there's some kind of vengeful spirit chasing them.
And at this point, Kevin sort of wants to be willfully ignorant of what's happening now.
Yes. They do.
A weird turn of events for him.
It's like he's got to introduce the plot elements, but then sort of quickly backtrack so we don't get to the end too quick.
Yeah. Exactly. But then they go back through the pictures again. The pictures are totally worth coming back into this. And they find a second picture of Pervy Lad, and there's clearly a fan behind his head.
Yeah.
So then they think, oh damn. There must be something into this.
But at this point, they're both on agreement that they don't want to see their own pictures and how they'll die.
Yes, precisely.
Just to prolong things, obviously.
Just to get it done.
Not being funny. If I was in that situation, I'd be right away. I'd be going straight to me and figuring out how I won't die.
Yeah.
Choking to death on Lego.
Yeah. It's bound to happen. I do love to chew the stuff.
What would Drobs be?
Just probably fucking tripping over my own words. Choking to death on them. Like when I'm trying to do an intro to this podcast. I nearly died a few times.
You did, yeah.
It's probably where I go, mate.
It'll probably just fall down the stairs after being knocked out by one of Lucille the cat's farts.
Probably. Very likely. It does fart a lot, that cat.
Knock something on your head, maybe.
Yeah, that'll be it. Thing to note about this film so far...
Oh, no, I've got it. So,
go on.
So you're opening the door, for treats for Lucille.
Yes.
And then she somehow locks you in.
Yes.
And then you just starve to death.
You can't starve to death in a treat cupboard, mate.
I could just eat the treats.
Yeah.
But they'll run out eventually.
Yes, eventually, yeah. And Lucille's just outside meowing, wondering where the hell her treats are.
Very true.
Yeah.
Final Destination 3, though.
Goodness.
So, thing to note...
I'd watch out for your cat,
Me off. Thing to note about this film
is going to get you.
That, and this goes into your point from earlier, Dave, is that because there's so many tag outs at the start, and then we start again, and we've got quite a big cast of characters, whipping through the tag outs here, it's kind of like, it feels like the structure of the film is basically set a piece at the start, establish what's going to happen, tag out, bit of confusion over photos, tag out, bit less confusion over photos, tag out.
Oh, now it makes sense.
Yeah. So the next for the tagging is the jock, isn't it?
Yep.
This is a good one, this.
It is, yeah.
This Waits McGee.
Yeah, Waits McGee, yeah. Do you want to have a go at this, Dave? Go on.
I'll try and remember it. I remember, So it's, they go and see him at a gym.
Yes.
Where he's training American football.
Yeah. That's it.
Of course it is, yeah. And he's somewhat aggressively reluctant to be even vaguely interested in the shit they're talking about.
Yeah.
And he's doing this thing where, death can come for me, whatever, I'll fucking sort it out or spark him out sort of thing.
Yeah. And there's lots of other jokes going, yeah, you fucking will, bro.
Yeah. And it's kind of really aggressively cut because you know that something's going to happen. There's all these horrible things that could go really wrong. There's people slamming weights everywhere. There's these two fucking scimitars that are just hanging on the ceiling. These comically oversized scimitars, which I think is the name of the football team.
Yeah.
And you think, because he at one point he's got his head on the bench directly underneath them, and you think, oh no, they're going to go, they're wobbling.
Yeah.
And then it misses it, and then it's one of the cables on the fly machine,
and it clatters together and squashes his head.
Yes,
yeah.
So both the
his immortal last words of "fuck death" at the top of his voice really sells the kill to me. Anyway,
completely crushed.
It just pops like a grape.
Yeah, it's just meat at the camera again.
Yeah,
there's people chucking chunks.
Yeah. A very funny scene, although now when I'm at the gym, I just eye up all the machinery suspiciously.
4 years from now, Luis Romero going in the second round of Oakland. He's going to romp and stomp 15 15 seasons with 4 Super Bowl rings on his fingers. Lewis ain't afraid of no death. Fuck death. Death is a fucking different fan. Death wear blue and orange. Real man was black. Lewis ain't afraid of no death. Death is afraid of me. Death fears me.
Kevin.
Cause baby, I just win. I just win, Kevin. That's all I know how to do. I just win. Fuck yeah! Fuck the room. What I tell you, Kevin, huh? Fuck that. I just win. That's all I know how to do, Kevin. Baby, I just win.
Do you use your health and safety qualifications to just check all the lines?
You know what? Even when I'm like doing squats, I go through like a ritual just to make sure I'm doing things safely first.
Yeah.
Chris, do you ever use the machines? No, I only do free weights. I've seen Final Destination 3. Fuck that.
I know, seem like the squats are most dangerous. All sorts of things can go wrong.
Good.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so I make sure I've got like the bars up the side going on, making sure it's up the like highest possible height that I can without while being able to do the manoeuvre. And all
I've got all your videos saved. I've got an Instagram ripper.
Yeah.
For inspo.
Mm-hmm.
Gymspo.
Well, for something else, but yeah.
So, moving quickly on.
Oof.
So I'll expect to see that on Pornhub.com in the next few weeks.
So that kill, as you pointed out, Chris, has made you think twice about, your gym pursuits. The next,
wait, whoa! I mean, it's not going to stop me.
No, I'm just saying it. It's planted a little seed. Is what it's done.
Maybe I just do some hack squats instead.
Yeah, exactly.
I still seriously, right? You know, in Final Destination,
I had a fantastic segue lined up there, and you just walked all over it, Buffy. But it's fine.
You can do it if you want.
No, it's fuck now. Go on, carry on.
You know, in Final Destination 1, with the teacher that puts the cup on top of the monitor, and it's got a crack in it.
Yes.
And the water trickles down into the monitor so that when she turns it on, all the glass explodes and hits her in the throat.
Correct, yeah.
I will never be directly in front of a CRT TV when I power it on. Ever since that.
Yeah. It does have an effect on you.
Yeah.
And the next scene had a profound effect on me, given that at the time I worked in a hardware store.
Oh, God, I forgot about this.
Yeah. So I'm never going to look at plywood or nail guns in the same way again, or forklift trucks, all of which were around me on a day-to-day at this time in my professional life. So yeah, off we go to the hardware store to see the Goths, who our plucky duo have figured out are next on the hit list.
Is it Green Day or Morticia? Which one's going to get it?
Well, exactly, yeah. So I've got their names as Ian and Erin here in the list.
Quality goth names.
Yeah.
Ian.
Yeah, Ian, the little pussy, and Erin, the very attractive young goth girl.
12-year-old me was a big fan of Erin.
Yeah.
So when you worked at Wixon, did you have to drive like a giant fuck-off forklift?
No, I never had a licence, but I worked around them. And
was everyone else just a cocky twat, just hacking off all the responsibilities and nail gunning pigeons?
Just dropping nails everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, the nail gunning pigeons didn't really happen, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, so there's basically a nice little establisher that effectively just tells you that hardware stores are fucking lethal.
Did you ever have any hilarious accidents while you were... And not you personally, but, other people?
Yes, so when I worked in a Sheffield Wicks, me and my mate James Rattenbury had a pump truck jousting competition whereby a pump truck. So the things you push under crates and you pump them up to pull them out. So they've got 2 forks on the back and they've got a little handle on the front. Yeah. So we held the handle at the front and used it like a skateboard.
Yeah.
And we charged each other with a sweeping brush underneath. And what happened is I lost Ratty, as was his nickname, just caught me just in sort of shoulder here with the brush, which is enough just to take me off and send me into a stock box.
Where did the trolley go?
It shot off into the distance. This was in the warehouse. This wasn't in the public area.
Oh, that's fine then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that baggie of weed you found on the floor?
You what?
That baggie of weed that you found on the floor.
Oh, yes.
You brought home.
That might have been it, actually.
And there was a story you told me about a boiler that got stolen.
Yeah, someone climbed some meat feast, some absolute monster. We think we watched this guy climb up. So the racking was like 20 feet high, probably, right? And it was like in structure and the size of the squares in the racking, very similar to the classic WWF blue steel cage. Similar, the large square option.
Yeah.
So this guy climbed up 15 of the 20 feet, and he picked up a boiler that was in a box. I don't know if you've ever picked a boiler up. They're fucking heavy, right? And he literally put it on his shoulder and then climbed down one arm, down all the racking, carried on up to the back shutter, opened it. There was a car waiting outside, chucked it in and left. It's the greatest feat of strength I've ever seen. He deserved that fucking boiler.
That's incredible.
If I hadn't have seen it on CC, like, we were all crowded round it. Like, everyone got pulled off the shop floor to watch it. And we're all literally like, fuck it, he's earned it.
I'm not going to press charges.
Even the manager was like, if I hadn't watched this,
Yeah.
I'd have thought you were all lying to me.
Yeah.
It's I've never seen anything like it. It's unbelievable.
No.
Absolute fucking meat feast monstrosity of a man. So if you're listening, man who nicked that boiler about 12 years ago, maybe 13,
Respect.
fair fucks to you.
Final Destination 3.
Yeah. So we have another nice little. I guess you could call it another sort of Wallace and Gromit type moment with a forklift.
We do, yeah.
Where a chain of events takes place.
So it sets off. They somehow trigger off another forklift, and that runs down some there's some nails.
Yep.
There's some glue. There's a chain involved.
Yep.
The antifreeze keeps it hold while everything else puts
it's like,
into place.
There's like almost a subplot going on here with the forklift truck and its struggle against the antifreeze to get to its destination.
If anything, the forklift has got better characterisation than most.
There's a real journey that it went through. And then it impales a bit of racking, and then the spanner falls on it or something, or a hammer, and it lifts up.
There's a hammer. I think there's a buzzsaw involved as well at some point, bringing things
At this
along.
point, you're like, where the fuck is this going? How can this make anything?
But there's so many different options.
Yeah.
Because it's a DIY store, you think, fuck. And then they're looking at the pictures, trying to figure it out at the same time, and she sees like these triangular things on the picture, and she looks up and there's like some stakes up in the rafters, and she's like, them. And as she says it, all her fucking stakes fly out like fucking arrows, like some fucking Game of Thrones shit.
And she manages to get Ian out of the way from it, tags him down. But within this, Erin, she stumbles backwards.
Yep.
Right into like a nail gun and
nails a hand to her face.
Yeah, like
through her head.
Back through her head. Like this has got to be my kill of the week.
It's also my kill of the week.
Yeah.
Kill of the week. Yeah.
It's just so nasty. The way her head just lists to one side as it's happening. Like, oh god.
Just over and over again. Like, is it done? No. Like,
So, God. Me and my cousin Steve used to watch this film quite frequently because we both have a deep fucking love of it, and we had a running joke for years that like whenever we'd be like watching any kind of horror film or building up to it, like we'd be fucking getting popcorn ready or anything, we'd just stop in the kitchen and go. Still does it to this day. Whenever there's a killer that he likes in a film, he's like.
With the noise.
Yeah, with the noise, which really sells it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just to note then, Ian survives.
Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah, he's made it.
Skips him.
Yep, skips him. So next, you'd think, is old Kev.
Yes.
But in actuality, as it turns out, looking at the photographs, Wendy's sister, who we've not even mentioned yet.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We should have done, because there's a scene earlier on where a charm bracelet's established as a thing.
Yes. And it turns out that you can see her wearing the charm bracelet, just like her back, because the hood's up, on the roller coaster. So, yeah, she's next.
Yeah. Just a quick note on the hardware scene before we move on. The very end of the hardware scene, you can almost see, like, Ian just become Gerard Way from My Chemical Romance. You just sort of see the sort of like life drain out of his face, and he turns into the Black Parade, doesn't he? Basically,
turns out he's not okay.
Hey!
Oh,
there he is. Good work, like him. Very
lovely,
strong.
That. Lovely. That is swift, smooth, clean, and Moorish.
You should be working for Monster.
Like a warm beer on a cold day. You've nailed that for me, Wilson.
Yeah.
Thank you, dude.
Oh, delish.
Yeah, and so Julie is a name, and, well, everyone else...
And Dine's the game.
Yeah.
So there's the Tricentennial happening in the middle of town.
There is, but there's a little journey that Wendy takes. She's driving to it, and Ian's following her at a distance.
Yes.
And the song comes back on the radio again. There is someone walking behind you.
Stop feeding me this goodness.
Oh, stop it. Or at least give me 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sorry, James Wong. I couldn't possibly eat another bite of foreshadowing pie. I couldn't.
I'm full. Well, it's
Thank you,
literally...
though.
like, people listening to this, if you've not seen this film, you're going to think, yeah, you're skipping loads of stuff here, guys. Just going from kill to kill to kill. We're not skipping anything.
No.
No.
This film is a kill fest.
Yeah. The only things we're skipping are people looking shocked at people dying.
And people
That's
looking
it.
at pictures.
Yeah,
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
more or less. Yeah, because believe it or not, we're already at, like, the final bit of, well, this part of the film anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Tricentennial with fireworks and horses and cannons. What could go wrong?
Best go there. Let's get in there quick.
Somewhere safe. Lots of people, lots of moving parts.
Yeah, that's the one.
You could say this film's going to go out with a bang one way or another.
Nice.
It's a shame there's no one called Catherine. I could have made a really good wheel
Ooh.
gag.
That's true, yeah.
Oh,
Fuck. Never mind.
Never mind. Maybe next time.
Yeah.
So,
Kevin tries to warn Julie next, doesn't he?
yeah, but would Julie even know who Kevin is?
Well, they're on the same roller coaster, and there was that little scene at the very start when she basically when her sister tells her that she shouldn't be at the fair,
Yeah.
and she flips to the bird and she takes a picture.
It does, but Kevin and Wendy aren't even a thing at that point. They both had separate girlfriend and boyfriend.
they're in the
didn't they?
same friendship group, and you kind of you think that her sister would probably be loosely aware of the existence of her sister's friendship group. I
You'd
don't
hope
think
so.
that's too much of a stretch.
No, but you can still appreciate why Julie's immediately like, no, fuck off.
Yeah, because, and it's kind of sold earlier on as well that she's like thinks she's too cool to be hanging around with her fucking loser sister and her loser sister's mates.
Yeah.
So that all makes sense. But yeah, she basically tells him to basically legs it, doesn't she? And then we have another well-worn trope of horror cinema of the random knobhead youths appear with the firecrackers, to scare the horse, which fucking bolts.
It does, yeah. And it bolts with like a load of rope behind it.
Yeah.
And it catches Julie round the neck.
Yeah.
It drags her along.
Yeah.
Right towards this bit with lots of spikes on, but Kevin manages to like cut at the last minute.
And it skips her, yeah.
Yeah, and so she survives as well.
Would you like to know what that piece of equipment's called?
What, the rope or the spikes?
The spikes.
Oh, okay.
It's called a scarifier.
A water fire?
A scarifier. It is used to. It's used often on sports pitches. It's used to basically repeatedly stab the ground so that it improves drainage and you don't have standing water on sports pitches.
Okay.
Not sure why it's there, but that's what it's used for.
So it scarifies, basically.
Yeah.
To scarify.
Yeah,
Okay.
to scarify.
Nice,
Yeah.
okay.
It's used for irrigation. It's also used on farms. Which maybe it's why it's there.
Yeah. Cool. There is a horse there, so that's a farm thing.
Yeah.
So I've got. Well, I think I can answer the question as well. America, but why are there horses at a firework display?
It's a parade.
It's for reasons of dramatic convenience.
Yes.
To the plot of Final Destination 3.
Now, can you imagine with my health and safety hat on? Well, I mean, with my RSPCA hat on, but having a horse at a bloody firework display to begin with, never mind one that isn't really tied up that well.
Yes.
It's not the most random place I've seen a white horse turn up in film. Is it, Rob Zombie?
Come on, mate. We've talked about this.
It's a fucking dark place. Get me out of there,
About
quick.
6 years of counselling, we've talked about this.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm back.
I thought you were about to say Twin Peaks. There's one that appears there, isn't there?
Well, yeah.
That's probably fair use of it, to be honest.
Yeah, true.
There's no such thing as unfair use in Twin Peaks.
Not very,
no. Not really, no.
So there's another horse that gets very spooked by the fireworks, and I believe the actual pit where it's found from, it wasn't very even to begin with.
Yeah.
And the horse just knocks, and fucking fireworks flying everywhere, isn't there? And all that shit. Which reminds me of an incident that happened, was it 1995, at a car park at Ramsden's in Grimsby.
He's painting a picture with words.
Yes, where there was a firework display there, and
that's not a very big car park.
It's not, and do you know what happened?
I go on.
It was windy, and one of the firework pots fell over as it was mid ignition.
Oh, I think I remember reading about this.
Oh yeah, I was there, and all the fireworks started launched into the crowd, and we all just ran like fuck. Ramsden's never had a firework display ever again.
No.
Full surprise.
No, I remember my dad was monitoring the health and safety because they moved the main firework display for the town onto the beach after that.
Yeah.
I think it was 98. I think he was in charge of overseeing it, sort of thing. And they just built this massive fucking bonfire.
I remember.
With everything they could find. And it took them a couple of weeks to build it. And then my dad turned up and he was like, right, where's bonfire? Well, it's there. Right, where are the crowd? There. Right. Pick all that shit up. Move it 100 metres towards the water. Well, if a tide comes in, everyone's safe. Fucking shift it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Because, it was literally a bonfire, 30-metre diameter, 10 metres from where the crowd would be standing. Fucking ludicrous, man. Stupid bastards.
Is your dad the reason why we stopped doing firework displays after 2001?
Probably part of the reason, yes.
Yeah.
Probably for the best, though, eh?
Sorry, Grimsby Cleethorpes.
Boo. Boo, Dave's dad. Boo. I enjoyed them as well.
Yeah.
There's fun fair rides and everything.
I guess the risk of death does heighten the enjoyment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, speaking of risk of death...
If you burn to death, it's your own fault.
True. Final Destination 3.
Yes.
This scene here is one of my favourites, because basically what happens here is they're cross-examining... is it Julia? What's the sister's name?
Julia.
Julie. Yeah, Julie, right. So they're cross-examining her, basically. Who was with you? Who was with you? Who was with you? And then all of a sudden the mate gets impaled. And basically it's a case of, oh, fuck it, never mind.
It was,
Good kill, though. Very, very reminiscent of The Omen, when that spire comes off the church and impales that guy. Do like a good impaling.
Yeah. You got to do it right, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yep. And then after that, we have... Well, if there was a clue to be had, it turns out it was Ian all along, our goth My Chemical Romance kid, who suddenly gets really evil and gestury for some reason.
Yeah, he just gets a little bit Joker, doesn't he?
Yeah. Poundland Joker, mate.
Yeah, with his expressions and all that. I'm evil now. Ha 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 ha.
Every fucking fuckboy dressed as the Joker on Halloween.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah, exactly.
Just pay for your pint and fuck off.
Yeah.
It's surprising him got damage written on his forehead.
Yeah. It's another excellent tag out list though on Ian, isn't it?
Oh yes, this was.
It's a filthy squish.
It's chopped in half and twitching.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's just the way he just squashes him, just so seamless, beautifully done.
Is it a sign or a basketball hoop that gets it?
It's a big sign.
Sign.
It's like basketball hoop shape, but it was a sign for the whole event, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally a bug bin squashed, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Stunning.
And that is it. Except...
Wait a minute.
5 months later.
Oh, yes.
In, I believe a New York subway.
Well, now then, 5 months later. So this is basically almost a sequel within the story, isn't it? Because we have the repetition.
Yeah.
So is this sequel set in a big city within a film?
Ooh, and they are on a subway train.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Or maybe I made a joke about it and then I watched the second one and forgot about it.
Because it is a within-film sequel in the sense that it's a whole new vision.
Oh, goodness. I don't need this film to be my favourite film of all time, mate. Come on.
I'm just saying, mate.
There you are, yeah.
It's a sequel that has its own sequel within it, set in a big city.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Do you want to talk about the subway a bit, Dave?
I don't remember it very well.
Okay, mate. Well, that's good then. So me and Wilson will assist.
Okay. Well, Wendy starts seen all the adverts.
Yeah.
Like on the subway, like describing all like different deaths from 5 months before.
Yeah, she's in carriage 180.
Yep, and she's getting really bad vibes from it, so she wants to like get off the subway right now.
And the song plays again, don't forget.
And the song plays as well, yes. Yeah. So as she's about to get off at the next stop, bear in mind there's only one stop after this before the end of the line.
End of the line? Final destination, you mean?
Oi! Oosh, oosh, oosh. Oh. I've run out of boxes for this film to tick. I'm just going to have to go back to the top and start again.
Yeah, and she's about to get off the train when Julie gets on it. Yep. So it's enough distraction. And while all this is going on, we've got our new breakfast machine being set off. So at the next station, someone's thrown like a chocolate bar wrapper or something onto a train track, which attracts a rat, which starts biting away at the wires.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh. Convoluted is just a null word at this point, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that it embraces contrivance in every way imaginable.
Yes. Yes. You're welcome, listeners.
Oh.
And then they get talking a bit, and it turns out Kevin's on the train as well.
Oh, small world.
Just a bit. So in New York, only population of 20 million people.
Yeah. But I suppose they're all going to cross paths at some point. It is the city that never sleeps.
Yeah.
Mm.
And as soon as they see him, they go, "Shit, we're the last three left," and so begins the train crash.
Yes.
As far as crashes go, not as good as the tram crash on Coronation Street, but it's up there.
Yeah. And they did spend all the budget on the fucking crash at the start, didn't they, as well, I suppose?
They did, yeah.
I think that's the third time you've referenced that tram crash.
Anytime I can.
Anytime. Fuck me.
My favourite bit about the Coronation Street tram crash is when it when it derails and it just pounds straight into Dev's shop. Dev's behind the counter. He's like, "Oh, fucking hell!"
Just pinpoint accuracy. You'll do.
My favourite bit is they actually zoom in on the driver. Who's just like, "Shit."
Oh dear. Then she comes out with a vision, doesn't she?
Yep.
And then it just basically all happens again straight away.
Because it's too late. I say she's basically imagining 10 seconds into the future, just oh shit.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah.
No escape this time. Finn.
That's the end of the film.
Fucking hell. I've seen that film about 7 times.
That's pretty,
it gets me every time.
Yeah.
It just knows what it is. Yeah, it does what it says on the tin.
It does, yes.
So I'm going to sweep around for final thoughts.
Or whip round, yeah.
So I'm going to go to you, David Walker, first.
It is top banter.
Yep.
Chris.
Chris Wilson.
Epic bants.
Very good.
Rob.
Yes, it is off the chain banter. Best banter I've had with my trousers on.
Too much imagery there.
Yeah. I mean, you can't really... I don't really know what to say.
Did you watch The Exorcist 2 with your pants off to see how it would work out?
Yeah, it didn't work out very well. It was... it's a very energetic viewing experience.
Yeah.
It passes... This film is an hour and 23 minutes long. I know this because I was watching it on Prime on my computer, and so I had the thing at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I was at work, so I was intermittently checking what I was doing on screen. And it passes as if it's half an hour.
Yeah, it's fast as fuck.
It does.
Yeah, it's tight. So good.
It's the equivalent of a greatest hits album, basically, in film form.
Yeah.
You know, you cut out the fucking album track bullshit.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's just hitting you with the big guns.
Yes, hardcore trance greatest hits.
Exactly, yeah. That's all I can say in terms of final thoughts, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got anything about it. It's just solid. It's really good time.
So, best dole out some shit and popcorn. In a break from tradition, I'm going to do mine first.
Oh. Here we go.
So... shit first. Objectively, there is quite a bit of shit flying around, isn't there? Objectively speaking, if you stand back, there is quite a bit of shit flying around.
I don't know.
Well, we'll get to you in a minute.
I mean, if it's like a modern art museum and someone paints a masterpiece with shit, is it bad? If the technique is good.
It depends what you're comparing the shit to.
That's true. I mean, comparing it through the course of the podcast, I'm going to go down one from where I was originally. I'm going to go for a 3. I was a 4, and I'm going to 3. Popcorns. Are we allowed to do decimals? We're not, are we?
Nope.
I mean, I've been saying for years, you can do decimals. You're the one that adds it up.
All right, fuck it, 10.
Ooh.
I don't envisage myself having much more fun than I had with this
Was that
film.
your first 10 or was Jason X a 10?
Jason X was 10.
Yeah,
I think it's number 2.
It's unbelievable.
I just don't envisage myself having much more fun than this at any point. So that's mine. David.
Fucking whoop-de-woo. Turds, I'm going to go 3.
Okay.
I'm going to correlate with you real nice right there.
Yeah.
Go wrong with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Popcorns. It's an easy 9, to be fair. Yeah.
Cool. And I just don't know what's going to come out of Chris Wilson's mouth. Fire away, Chris Wilson. Shits.
2.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He had a pleasant time, didn't he?
I did. Yeah.
Pants on or off, I don't know, but whatever, it's good.
Pants off all the way.
What's your rationale?
Even stuck Lego up my bum.
Sticking a dick out the window so all the neighbours can see.
Oh my god.
It was that much of a good time.
He's listening to his movies really loud and sticking his dick out the window again. I'll call the police.
Oh, must be watching a Truman Show, am I right? No, I just really fucking enjoyed this, and I can't really fault anything with it. It did exactly what it set out to do perfectly. Yeah, I don't really know what to say.
Popcorns.
9.
9, nice.
Definitely a 9. It is up there.
It's a contender.
It is, yeah. I'm not going to see many films, especially for first-time viewing, that I'm going to love so instantly like this. This is exactly what I wanted out of it. I wanted pure stupidity. I wanted good fun. No pretension, anything like that. He knows exactly what it is, and fucking hell, it's a good fun.
So when you've brought yourself, when you've dragged your penis back out of the window, will you be sticking yourself into the rest of the franchise? Or?
Yes. Well, when I get back home, I'll fully intend to watch this next week.
Yeah.
All 5 films.
Nice.
You'll have a fine time with them all because they're basically the same film with a different disaster.
That's all I want.
Yeah. It's a very specific formula.
Yeah, I don't want anything else, to be fair.
No, that's good.
Yeah. It's basically like wrestling, isn't it?
Yeah.
You watch the same match over and over again with different variations of the same form.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, and it's all good. So this is what I want.
There we go. Well, I'm very pleased you both had such a good time with it.
And this one is half as long as last episode.
Yeah. Well, 'cause it's half as complex, isn't it, I suppose? Everything works that well. Stick a couple of clips in, it'll be happy days all round.
Absolutely.
Dave, you're in the chair next.
I am, I'm sorry.
What are you going to do to us?
Resident Evil Apocalypse.
Oh. Hark, 'tis the sound of pure mediocrity.
Absolutely. I think I watched it the first time when I was a young'un, and I really enjoyed it. And I watched it this time when I could not wait to be doing something else.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Fuck.
Well, tune in again in 2 weeks, I guess, to figure out our thoughts on Resident Evil Apocalypse. I guess it's time to say goodbye.
It is.
It's goodbye from me.
Bye, Rob.
It's goodbye from Dave.
Oh, don't.
Give him his moment, he deserves it. He's been a good boy.
Bye, Rob.
It's goodbye from Chris Wilson.
So, ingredients. Carbonated water.
Don't forget, you can follow us and keep up with all our updates at CineMortuary on Twitter, /CineMortuary on Facebook, and of course at CineMortuary on Instagram. I don't know how you do pictures of podcasts, but we're going to do that anyway.